The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
0 is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
All right. Thank you for that. And welcome. Good evening, everyone. I'm trying my best to manage my strengths because tonight is going to be an interesting one. But I'm not alone again. I got my fellow caster here, my analysis caster with me, the one you guys know, Face Yod. Good evening, Fisayo. How are you feeling tonight?
Good evening. How am I feeling? I don't even know. Looking at these lineups here, I'm feeling happy, excited, yeah, for what's about to come. And I'm sure you guys at home, you'll be shocked as well. So hope you are not sitting on a plastic chair. Sit on a more sturdy chair so that you won't break it.
Exactly, so that I won't break it. And speaking of breaking something, I hope that Sphinx Esports has got what it takes to break the win streak of El Cartel, because right now they've not lost a single match since this tournament started. So they are the undefeated, and Sphinx Esports are going to have to try more than usual not to secure one against them. But now we can see the lobby bans here. Very interesting lobby bans from El Cartels. They banned the CC and the Zation. And then from the other side of Sphinx Esports, they took down the Alice and the Fasa. There's no Lancelot's ban, so they're not looking at Nija right now. There's more of this, there's more of damage mages here. They're taking down the Fasa, taking down the Zetian, taking down the CC. There's a lot of mobility there as well, and taking down the Alice. What's with the concentration on magic damage, man?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like probably the team comp they are going for will be more centered on the mages, probably as the strength and the weakness. So they are trying to eliminate something that might disrupt that kind of team fight, that kind of team composition. In levels like this, unlike the normal ranked games that we play, this is a full 5v5 team. So you are not only picking heroes for yourself, we are looking at synergy, we are looking at counters as well. So probably some of those heroes they banned are going to counter something that they have in mind for this match.
Yeah, that's true. But then that will be the draft pick, Visayo. We're getting into it. We will see the first pick. That's Jing, the jungler of Sphinx Esports, takes down the Joy. Goes first for that mobility hero. It seems to not be something uncommon right now. It's kind of a common thing. The Joy pick, mobility heroes are always on the priority ban list in this meta for the Nigerian server. But that's gone, making the first scene here for El Cartels. We've not seen him play before. But that's him banning his Zetion. That's a wasted ban. Zetion is already banned in the lobby. My goodness, Visayo.
Yeah, he was probably not paying attention. The Joy ban, though, maybe there's someone on Sphinx side that plays Joy, or else I'm thinking El Cartel is going for a squishy lineup, so they don't want someone like the Joy just dancing around, eliminating all of them at once with a bit of Joy.
Yeah, you have to consider that. But then that's the backstab taken down. So I don't know if that would work though, because the Alice is banned in the lobby. Angela is still available though, so they might be going for an Angela here on the side of. No, it's not Angela. It is the Florine. No wonder they went for that backstab ban. They are trying their best to minimize casualties.
Yeah, they're definitely trying their best. So far we haven't seen anything from this ban that these picks that we have now. We have the terrorist Lado. So yeah, there goes the YSS. I'm guessing this is one of the reasons why they banned the Joy early. The YSS has this dash to move away, while the Joy has like a continuous dash, so you can chase down the YSS.
Yeah, definitely Super Saiyan stealing away that Uranus pick from Tatsuya just before he could make the move to pick the hero. But Tatsuya has more where that came from. He settles for Esmeralda. So definitely we're going to be seeing some Star Moon and Frost Casket and Falling Star Moon as well. So definitely this is another sustained hero that has a lot of potential to do what Uranus can do. But that's El Cartel shooting themselves in the leg and taking down the Lancelots. Although Nija already has the Gison Shin, so that's not exactly going to be counterproductive on their end. But that's Jing here with the last ban. Gun hasn't picked Void Hacker as well. They still have a chance. They don't have a marksman, so they could take down the Irithel. The Irithel is more problematic, but no, the Angela is closed in. You can tell that they don't want any Alice or Angela in this game.
Yeah, we saw what happened yesterday with the
lessons need to be repeated.
Please remind me which team played yesterday again. With the Alice Angela combo. So don't want that in our game today.
Yeah, they don't want that. And then that's Destruction. Still sticking with that Moskov there. The Spear of Questions is a very good one at that. So those numbers and those spill damages for Jingia might just go for Amon or Leomod. He's not slightly indecisive, but settles for Leomod here. But obviously some Phantom Steed and also that Oath. The Oath, oh my goodness. We have to talk about Leomod's passive. When you're with lower than 50% HP, he crits. So that's definitely high numbers there, man. That's definitely high numbers.
They are hovering on Selena right now, but I hope they don't go for this speed because that means they have 4 magic damage dealers in El Cartel's team.
Yeah, that's not going to be a wise course of action, right? With it. But no, Void Hacker will not settle for Selena. He goes for Irithel as well. I feel like, Sphinx Esports had the chance to ban the Irithel, like I predicted earlier, but no, they chose to ban the Angela instead. And now that comes back to bite them as Void Hacker locks down the Irithel with the sprint. So definitely alone is going to struggle, and Deji as well. Since he's running the Purify, definitely have to watch out for that one. Jing on the Leomond as well. He's going to have to struggle with Chase. But then that concludes the draft, guys. Which draft are you inclining towards? I'll be engaging in the comments while the game loads. But Fisayo first, we go to the casters. Let's hear from you. Which draft are you inclining towards, man?
I'm leaning more towards El Cartel's draft because they have almost everything well covered. And one of the reasons why I am against Sphinx Esports draft is the fact that I don't think they have enough CC for this front line on El Cartel's team. That is one of the main problems I think is wrong with their composition. I don't think they have enough CC, but hopefully we don't know how they are going to play it, and good luck to both teams.
Yeah, good luck to both teams. It did. But guys, in the comments, let's hear from you guys. Which draft are you inclining towards while the game loads? And someone says Cartel have the better draft. That's MG, one of the main members of the organizing team. Shout out to MG, by the way. And also, so another person says, Uranus go enjoy this match. Well, that's Super Saiyan stealing away the pick there. But hopefully he gets to maximize it like Tatsuya does. And that's sustain versus sustain on the EXP lane. This should be an interesting one, Fisayo.
Yeah, a very interesting game, in fact, because both teams have a lot to play for right now. A lot of things have to, come together for them to pick off. I don't know how to properly express this, but the thing is, there's too much win conditions for them to satisfy both teams.
Yeah, both teams indeed. We're gone here, just rotating. I don't know who is the Roma at this point, but then it looks like God is the Roma, or is Conquest the Roma? I think Conquest is the Roma. Yeah, Conquest is the Roma. But then down bottom, Conquest just staying out here, trying to zone out Jing from the lethal. But how productive is that actually? That's Deji there coming up front to support here. But now, no, Cos Blast connects onto him. Unbreakable connect for Deji. Not willing to use that Purify just yet. Gone. Comes in to support Conquest. The lethal started out already and taken by Nija. For Conquest, still trying to zone them out. And Deji, there's the stun coming in as well for both teams. And that's the cut lane. Meanwhile, up top, Tatsuya cutting his lane. And that's what you can do when you are the Esmeralda. You have that first moon casket. You have that shield absorption. And you know that you can't die so easily. Once you're on level 2 as an Esmeralda, you're good to go. But meanwhile, down bottom, Nija finds destruction early and first blood at that. A very interesting one. And Void Hacker trying to make that another. As the Queen's Raw 4-man dive. Okay, that's the grab, but no, Daisy falls. A turret dive by El Cartels. And they will take those two, pick them off under the turret. A very interesting play. But El Cartel already establishing early game dominance. Meanwhile, still on the gold lane, Void Hacker gets caught by the fear of misery. But nothing too violent, nothing too lethal here. Meanwhile, up top, Bastian with the regeneration there and the consecration already used. They have to go back to the lane. They have to withdraw right now. But Tatsuya as well has to defend the tier 1 up top. Meanwhile, down bottom, I don't know what Void Hacker is up to, but the man's 50% HP right now. You have to be very careful with his movement. Destruction is not willing to engage either. He's hesitating. He's hesitating right now. But yeah, both teams would have to disengage. But is this a gank cooking up? That's gone. And Conquest coming down bottom on the gold lane. And Void Hacker farming the gold crab. Conquest just supporting Void Hacker right now. I like the rotation on both teams, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, Conquest is really playing well into this Gato with just the Vexana as the solo magic damage. He has nothing to fear this early into the game. You know, the Gato kills. The Gato's physical defense kills the lower his health. I believe that's his passive, the Steel Bones. Oh, and engage.
Yeah, that was the best thing. But I wonder, AOG Conquest dives in, unable to catch anyone there. Okay, that's the way. Traction pulse, and that's Princess coming in from Nija, trying to dive in. Void Hacker already low. Void Hacker falls. Victoria takes him down, and Destruction is awarded kill. SOD Destruction comes up from the top, but goes down. That was a counterproductive move. Gone from then with the anti-gravity thrust to get away from the deadly grasp, and that's up top. Tatsuya cutting the lanes with a falling salmon onto Nija. Will find the kill. Tatsuya gets out with Revitalize. But really, that was an interesting dive, man.
Yeah, that was really an interesting dive. I'm sure Nija wasn't even expecting him to come way from the top lane down there, because the turtle is as at that time turtle still has like maybe 20 seconds on it. So I'm guessing was not expecting the rotation that early.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting it, but down bottom, I'm sure Destruction is expecting them, because there are 3 up top there and just waiting for him in that bush. Destruction unbreakable from Conquest. Looking up, 1-2. That's the turn coming in. But Haka will follow up there. Going strong. But it's another gun comes in. But Haka finds safety. So able to get away. Finds 2 point Haka against the load. And that's the SOT. A panic play from him. But Conquest gets away there with unbreakable. And that's 3-4 for 2 there. And Sphinx Esports crumbles in this team fight. Burned and pressured by El Cartel in this engagement as they push them away from their jungle and go for the turtle dance.
that was really an interesting fight though. El Cartel showing dominance right there. They're showing them why they are one of the top teams in Nigeria. And is there a fight mid?
That looks like a fight in mid, but that's just tier 1 on the mid going down, and Nija farming this portal and just taking it out alone, no contest whatsoever, and both teams would have to go for the wave management right now, man.
Yeah, back to the last team fights. El Cartel, I don't know, they were just showing dominance right there. Nothing else. Immediately they caught the flooring, they knew it was over for the team, so all of them just went in immediately. You could see if you watch the game, you see the little hesitation. They were wondering if Florine would die or not, but immediately she died. It was a full-on engage because there was nothing else Sphinx had on their plate again except the healing from the flooring. Only the Esmeralda could have been able to survive such a burst, but we can also see what it did to her.
Yeah, that's Tatsuya there. Okay, Jin coming in there. The old keeper passive is available. That's a great number. Gets Nija, and Nija can escape. That one gets gone as well. And the old keeper is still in the dog, but alone steals that triple for him. And Void Hacker comes in with the heavy crossbow. Jing, you have to get away. Jing already half HP now. Void Hacker, you already know, but Jing finds him, and the old keeper finds a triple, an unofficial triple like that, and that crit number is still speaking for the protector of Necrokeep, and he will be on guard guilty for the Duchess, as Alone will take one from him and he avenges her death.
Yeah, absolutely. That was such an interesting team fight to see though. The old keeper with his horse, even when he got off his horse, he's showing everyone that sometimes I don't even need Barbiel to dominate. I can just beat you all with or without my horse.
Yeah, with beat or without the horse indeed. And that's enough motivation when you've got the Duchess of Necrokeep with you by your side. Now his duty can be done even in this battlefield. But Conquest there, progress and engage there. Brutal one, Tatsuya still doing what he can up top front lining. But that's the dive transcendent. What is Esmeralda versus Uranus? Radiant versus Frostmoon Casket. With that Barbier coming in. But then you engage there. Kind of guard to support there. The Duchess helping. But that's the Phantom Speed. Nija falls. El Cartel. AOD comes in up to shoot. Tatsuya falls. Conquest goes down as well. Thing finally goes down. SOD comes in. But Destruction fight gone. Abyss Walker to enter the team fight a bit later that but that will grant them an easy total as Sphinx Esports push the lanes on the gold lane.
Yeah, another very well fought team fight by Sphinx. I think we can all agree that they won this one, even with all the tankiness that El Cartel brought to the game. They were still able to dominate them, and this was all thanks to the flooring. Because I could see that the team fight was all jumbled up, but they were so low. But thanks to the flooring, they were able to come back up, and the Oathkeeper just kept doing his thing, even though he died there. But I think he dealt the most damage in that fight.
Yeah, dealt the most damage indeed, but that's getting support from Deus Blessing. He has that blessing there. And I don't understand what Super Saiyan is up to down bottom there, just farming and just clearing the minion waves. Meanwhile, on the other end, Tatsuya still frontlining his team fight. The Prince Rock comes out. AOD! 2-4! A brilliant winner that. The second ball gets through, and the lone falls. The judgment is down. Zing still picking up people. Get that double onto Gun. Zing, you can still do more, but Destruction takes it against Conquest. And that's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Sphinx Esports.
Yeah, once again, that was another well-fought team fight. And again, we still have to... Oh, another fight.
Yeah, another fight, but that's the poke there. And that's more Spare of Misery from Destruction to push him back. But Super Saiyan doesn't seem to have the guts of Tatsuya. If you will dive in there, there's Fabriel. Kind of pressure there, but concentration from Super Saiyan defensively to get away. And that was differentiating from Tatsuya. Tatsuya doesn't run from a fight. He engages in one, but Super Saiyan looks like he wants to walk in the shadows there. Tatsuya! If he's overconfident, you'll get him to that. Spare of Misery comes in. He will try to sell his ball. Action pulse dodge for the Abyss Poker. And that team, where that mode that came from, the steel bones will miss. And both teams have to disengage. Count your losses. One man is down, and that's Tatsuya. You don't have that front line anymore. And Sphinx Esports know that. Super Saiyan coming in to zone them out from this Lord here. As Void Hacker starts the Lord, and it does not look like Jink is interested in contesting, getting pressure to be here. Super Saiyan pressuring, applying as much he can. Super Saiyan just wanted to zone them out, but this Uranus trying to get big confident here, trying to walk in the footsteps with Transcendent Wall defensively to retreat.
Yeah, but the Moskov is starting to get its items now, so I don't think the Uranus should continue doing whatever it is that he's doing now. The team fight.
Yeah, he was a team fight, but then you understand that Super Saiyan is really playing it safe. He's trying to cook, but man, I mean, it's just want to take risk. I mean, for Uranus, you have to take risk, man. But then calculated risk of that, and that's something Tatsuya has mastered. But Tatsuya there, just poking it out, just gradually. He's got that falling star moon, so he's got a defensive move to play when things get rough. But that's both of them just exchanging blows and just regenerating those blows back. And I don't understand. Tatsuya knows what he's up to, and he knows just how to put it through. But with that Lord approaching from up top, I don't think he has any more room to make any risky moves. So that's his Spare of Misery. That's the question. Misery, just the ball, 2-3. But that's the push back and getting away. But Hakan takes out this structure. They lose that marksman. Defensive AOG from Conquest to get away, but both teams have to retreat. That Lord is still coming from up top.
Yeah, I don't know what El Cartel changed, but all of a sudden it looks like the team fights are all going in their favor. So we'll have to watch for more team fights and notice whatever it is that they change in their game plan.
Yeah, whatever it is that they change in their game plan indeed. But that game plan will get them that inhibitor in for El Cartels, and that's Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan really just he's trying to take risk, but unfortunately, the man's having a little bit of fear there, and that's Tatsuya getting him engaged there. And that's the stun. Super Saiyan, you're taking a lot of damage. Red Tree comes in, and then comes to the Oathkeeper. Takes them down. That crit Nova is something you should fear. And that's why Haka comes in with the Queen's Roar, trying to avenge, but yet he connects. No destruction come through. No, he does not. Not a worthy risk as they move for the wave clear.
Yeah, you said it yourself that Tatsuya is taking risk. Although on the Uranus you have to take risk, but this team, I don't think that it is the kind of thing that you want to take a risk against. We have 3 anti-heals on their team right now, and the Moskov has already completed his DHS. So I'm sure the damage is going to be taken is going to be unbelievable right now.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to be really careful, especially against Jing, because Jing, the old keeper, man. When you're low, you can just take a lot of damage. 100% extra damage. That's double the damage for Jing. So you have to be very careful, especially he has the dual blessing and he's fed right now. If you look at the bounty on him, okay, he doesn't actually have any bounty, but then he's got a very nice steel halberd there. That's some anti-regen. And then the Lord has started there, and there's little or no contest. I don't understand where Jing is going, but that's not the right direction. It seems like he has a different opinion on what to do right now as he grants his opponent an easy load.
Yeah, I think their objective now is to push the lane, try and pressure the lanes, and see if the teams will go there to respond instead of following the Lord. When the Lord is trying to push, you have two options, either to clear the lanes or follow the Lord. So when you have the lane being pressured, you have to send someone there. If not, you are going to start losing turrets all in the name of following the Lord.
Yeah, that's the thing. Spamming recall there. I don't know if that's a signal or a taunt from Super Saiyan, but that's two-man stun. And Nija there with Traceless and the Blood Floods. Just try and make sure he hits from a safe distance. At this point, the IESF has to play it safe, but that's a siege coming from up top there. That thing, trying to find one, gets a hit in, but that's nothing too harmful. Nija still takes down the middle tier 1, and that's an engagement there. That's the enemy of it all, but that's the AOC, that's the outpost. That's where that came from. Jing trying to chase that point, hack up, but the retail is too fast. Jing will fall, Con takes him down, gets the double in, and that's El Cartel with the siege. That Sphinx Esports crumbles even more in this team fight. El Cartels are still showing why they are on top as they take game 1.
Yeah, that was a very interesting match. A bit dominating at the start, but we saw Sphinx Esports. All of a sudden, they came alive. They started winning team fights, but El Cartel, they gathered themselves and showed them, like you said, who's boss.
Yeah, they did show them who's boss, man. And, they've got a lot where that came from, too. Sphinx Esports are going to have to work on a lot and make sure that our contingency plans are ready, because El Cartels is not going to hand them an easy win. But then we did talk about something here. We did say that they were going to give Tatsia the Uranus, but looks like, El Cartels weren't willing to risk that one there. They locked down the Uranus before Tatsia had a chance for it. And then hopefully we get to see Tatsia use it, because that's his strength. The Esmeralda, he really tried, man, but, he didn't exactly give us that performance like he did with the Uranus. And they know that. They know what he can. They know what he can do. And what best than to nerf your enemies to get an easy win against them? You have to play every card you can, because in the end, the win is what matters, man.
Yeah, should I say, unlike most other lanes, well, junglers too have this thing though. EXP lane is all about ego. We are fighting. Let's see who is going to last. Or I have this hero, you also have this hero. Let's see who is better at the hero. So one of the reasons I believe El Cartel went for that Uranus was to show Tatsuya that you are not the only one who can play this Uranus. Super Saiyan can, and maybe just maybe he can play it better than Tatsuya. I won't be surprised if they actually give him the Uranus now, just to show him that, bro, you have the Uranus, we have something else.
Yeah, hopefully that's not going to be a counterproductive move, though, because there are times when ego can be dangerous, especially to the team. But now we're going to divert our attention a little bit to the comments, and we're going to be asking you guys now, what do you think about that game 1? Do you think Tatsuya's denial of the Uranus was something that cost Sphinx Esports the match? Or do you think that was too much of a variable to consider the winning factor for Sphinx Esports? And overall, El Cartel's performance in the first game, guys, let me hear from you. What do you think? All right, so someone says, am I the only one not seeing something? Okay, I don't know whether it's something with the stream, but then someone says Florine shouldn't have been in the lineup, Sha. Okay, Fisayo, what do you think about that? That comment was from not on the list.
Yeah, Florine, in case you didn't notice, Florine was saving them more than half of that. She won them more than half of that team fight, in case you didn't notice, because the Leo mod was not tanky enough to take all that damage coming. You know, we have the Irithel there, we have the three marksman, in fact. There's the YSS, there's the Irithel, and the Kimi, all dealing damage to just one person. But the Florine came in clutch countless times, and as they were dealing damage, is also dealing damage, getting their health lower to activate the Oathkeeper, which is one of the reasons why they're able to win most of those fights. And she was also helping the Esmeralda, you know, with the universal ult, helping the Esmeralda to tank more damage. And there were countless times when they jumped on the Moskov, but the ult was the only thing that saved the Moskov, was that kept the Moskov in the fight. Let me put it that way. The ult was the only thing that kept the Moskov in the fight. When you don't have a marksman in a fight, you're already fighting one-handed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of comments right now I can see, but someone says no front line. Actually, I think the only front line they had for Sphinx Esports was Tatsuya, and contrary to how he would perform if it was on the Uranus, the Esmeralda tried to provide that same quality performance, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And that person says that you know, the Florine, okay, someone says Florine goes with a tank jungle and Leomod isn't a tank jungle, and that's from MJ. And that person says that a tank would have been better for them. Do you think a tank would have been better?
That's the issue. That's the issue I had with that comp as well. You wanted to go for Leomod, and you are not picking a very tanky EXP laner to go with it. If they had gone for I'm sorry. I'm not really focused right now. If they had gone for a Terizla or a Phobios, I feel like that would have been better compared to the Esmeralda that they went for. You know, the Esmeralda, you have to either go full damage or full tank. If you go full tank, you don't have damage. If you go full damage, you're not tanky enough.
Yeah, that's a very nice way to break it down. But that's the draft now. We're in the game 2. And in case you missed the lobby bans, they banned Alice, they banned Irithel. So finally, Conquest finally Conquest won't be using that Irithel there. But come on, man. I mean, El Cartel just made their first ban, the Uranus. Are they that scared of it? They're really making sure that Tatsuya doesn't get his hands on it, man.
Yeah. Well, they banned the Florine as well. Let's see what they have in mind though. Banning the Uranus, even though it helped them a lot in the first game.
Yeah, but then this just goes to show, you know, how scared that they are, or how serious they're taking this pick. Because Super Saiyan, it looks like he's not interested in it because they are first ban, and if you are first ban, it means, you know, you might get to be first pick, and you get the chance to use the hero. But they might have asked Super Saiyan that, look, are you gonna use this hero? And probably says no. And like, okay, if you're not using it, we're banning it. Tatsuya is there. You know, we don't want the Maharoga thing, because they do ban the Lancelot too, because Lancelot is the Sukuna in this situation for Nija, but they banned the Sukuna. So El Cartel taking out the Sukuna and Maharoga, there's no JJK anymore.
They call me because I saved
well, we are still looking at their game plan. We don't know what they are trying to pick because I have no idea what they're trying to do with these two bans. They both look like target bans, not something you don't want to play with like counters. They both look like target bans. The Uranus for Tatsuya and the Lancelot for Jing.
Yeah, but then alone here, leaving the Vexana behind and going for Sicilian. So that's some nice control and damage from there, and also the need to not get closer. But really, I really like the fact that Deji has finally gone for a tank.
Yeah, that's actually something on its part. But the question now is, why the Minotaur?
That's the thing, man. You have to ask yourself that question, because the Minotaur is quite squishy, and that is gone going for this thing. My goodness, that is an annoying pick. I personally dread this character whenever I am playing against it, because the control on this mage is not the nicest, man.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of instances, you know, on our WhatsApp group and online where they said this Zuxian is useless, she doesn't have damage, she only does trickle damage and things like that. But the thing is, have you seen Zuxin in a 5v5 team fight? She displaces like 2-3 people at once, and it's over for your team fight already, because all your skills, some of your skills will get cancelled out, and you and go on cooldown. You've lost a lot of resources like that.
To me,
Yeah, Tatia finally leaving behind the sustain and just going for pure boss damage at this point with the X-Box. And that's a nice pick there. But the Bazang is banned by Cartel, and that concludes the draft pick for Gon. And Jing will be the one to go for. I mean, he still has the Leomon, but then he doesn't have that. They might go for the Angela. They can go for a Leomon Angela, a Leo Angela. They can go for a Angeling, a Link Angela. You can even go for the Amon, because Jing is also good with the Amon. So, he has a lot of options here. He can even go for the Hayabusa, but no, he goes for the Lycan King, Roger, the Wolf King, rather. But Void Hacker going for, the Selena. They've been dangling around the Selena for a while. No, they don't want to pick the Retail. The Retail is lobby banned. That would nullify the game. And that's Void Hacker with the Link. Is this going to be a Link Angela? Is this going to be a Angelink? But they already have a roam. Are they trying to run an Angela roam?
They are probably trying to get the devil. Yeah, 2 red trees.
Yeah, 2 red trees. They're gonna have to pick that.
Like I was going to say, they are going for a pocket pick for their gold lane. When I saw him overing Melissa.
Yeah, definitely. They have to work on that. But that's Elcourt. Is that Elcourt EXP?
Yeah, I was going to comment on that. When I saw him overing on the Selena earlier, I remembered one of a few international matches that I saw where they kept using all these non-laning heroes as the something like the Kagura gold we saw earlier. I saw someone use Alice for gold. Another person used Alot in the gold lane. I think they were trying a lot of things, so maybe this is what they were doing as well. Or it could just be throw, like we said, showing dominance, ghost off, and whatever. So let's hope it doesn't bite them, like you said.
I mean, they currently have a cushion of the first game win. So, if they do lose this one, due to being experimental with picks, because that's a Kadita Petrify and that is Justin Purify. So there's not much mobility there with the Justin against this Melissa. But then we can remember that the Lantern Flare is very problematic. So yeah, I mean, they're going experimental here, but this lineup is still pretty solid if you think about it, man. Okay, it seems like Visayo is busy right now with something else. But yeah, we're in the middle screen right now. All right. Yeah, so which draft are you planning towards?
There's a lot of things wrong with this comp, though. They don't have an EX laner, they don't have a gold laner.
Okay, that's worthy of mention. Definitely, they've got 2 mages there, Justina and Kadita. There's not boss damage, especially physicals at that. The only boss damage is coming from Void Hacker's Deadly Stinger. So they are definitely pushing it at that point. And Nija's Traceless and Blood Flood.
Yeah, so in terms of balance, Sphinx Esports wins this one. But let's see how depends on how they play. This is Mobile Legends, Bam Bang. Anything works as long as you are able to play it well. We've seen some of the most ridiculous picks ever, and they were still able to pull it off.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a team that actually played without a retribution and still won the game. It's crazy, but they made it work. But yeah, let's give a little shout out there to Cody Black. He's in the comments. And Cody, good evening. How's it going? Well, I'm also seeing Kyle here as well. And I'm also seeing MJ. So shout out to 3 of you. Kudos to you guys. Good evening and welcome to the stream. And that's gone in the mid lane there with the Lantern Flare. Just to put the waves there. The batting pack from a low to clear the waves as well. Meanwhile, Void Hacker, the Shadow of Sticks there, just doing his thing. But it's a storm from Daisy. He has to reveal him, man. There are no death clouds for you to hide in. And the Shadow of Sticks is still in the job of assassination.
Yeah, they are just playing the early game, the waiting game right now. Let's wait until things start to get hotter and all hell break loose. I don't believe. Oh, I'm engaged.
Yeah, that's an engage there, but the Deadly Stinger from Void Hacker just to poke down Deiji. That's the thing about the Minotaur. Minotaur is quite squishy, but that's spamming recall. I think that's spamming recalls is this El Cartel demanding for a pause? But I don't know Q Flow. There's no signal there. There is no recognition of that signal. There has to be 3 members farming for the pause. But yeah, with Haka, just on the lane here, that's a gold lane Hellcut. Meanwhile, the guy's on you, but has to get away. Gets away. With Haka, you have to be very careful with that blink skill. You have to, because you remember that a Melissa is very, very problematic, especially in the late game. But meanwhile, up top, Taxia already starting that gone, poking there with Lantern Flare. That's put up an instant takedown moment to steal the turtle. Taxia using the Paraga ammo, forced to flick out. Meanwhile, the Lantern Flare with the Crimson Peak and already out, pulls him back, and Taxia goes down. Super Saiyan takes him out. That Salaphobia regains the HP lost in the dive. And that's an interesting one. One dead to Taxia's belt.
Yeah, here we go again. And it is, should I say a bit embarrassing, but it's still the early game though. The Adita is known for boss damage, so let's wait and see. But I wanted to say, isn't it a bit embarrassing that an actual EX player is getting dominated by a modified one, like the mage?
Yeah, you have to actually ask that question there. Meanwhile, Tatia up top against a card. This is actually a very, interesting lineup. But that's Salaphobia regaining Super Saiyan, the HP lost there with poke from the Fire Stick. But that's their family, the XP crab here. And that's Super Saiyan just making sure Fire Sticks onto the crab here. Just waiting for the right moment, dodges that one. Super Saiyan, you have to be careful. And Xborg is not to be messed with. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, there, Jing. It's the right moment. That knife falls. And that's forward. That came from Bigphaze to respond to that. And Void Hacker has to retreat now. That's the thing about the Hellcourt. Once the Dark Knight falls, you have to be very careful of your positioning. But that's the blink there with the Deadly Stingers. Void Hacker has to be very careful. You have to be very careful. The Despair Stomp is close by. Deji is back. The Despair Stomp will miss. And that's more where that came from. Eyes on you, connect. 2 more walking, waiting in the bushes. Support him. But will they be able to know the turtle will call their names and they will rotate up top Conquest? Meanwhile, up top, on the lane there, Super Saiyan, Rock Wave comes out to Super Saiyan. That's Insanity, that's Salaphobia, is on that cooldown. And that's Insanity trying to take him out. Super Saiyan falls to Taxia. That will start the turtle dance. Meanwhile, James already have HP, might not be interested, or might be waiting for the right time to steal it like he did the last time. That's Sanguine Cross connecting onto him. Conquest trying to zone them out, and he will zone them out for Nija to take the total uncontested. Okay, Conquest, okay, that's an engage there. That's his son, HP. Okay, Glorious Pathway comes in as well. Conquest already low on HP, but no, the mini one rage and the Crimson Picker with the Lantern Bear trying to pull Deji out, and then Cartel retrieve for the last Insanity comes out. They will not be able to take anyone. Taxia wants to go away, but Taxia falls to the Rock Wave. And that's why Phobia saves him, traces with the front spot. Don't get away. These are already low, but no, Jake is not willing to commit. Meanwhile, comes to the Rock Wave again, gets the Lord again. Super Saiyan takes out Jake. The stun comes in, Deji flickers out. My goodness. El Cartel, what was that? Deji, Super Saiyan used his ultimate twice.
Yeah, that was just both teams showing their strength on different levels. Both teams are telling each other, you are not getting this win easy, and we are not going to give you this win easily.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the win easily indeed. But yeah, that was something. And I just also wanted to comment here, and that's Star saying that it gives Tillion a jump scare. Yeah, that's true. That's the Dark Knight falls. That's one thing about the Hellcourt. You have to be very careful. The conceal comes in. The Glorious Pathway as well. Dark Knight falls, but that's a pause from Kill Flow and a timing at that to kill the suspense, to build the suspense. Why Kill Flow? Why? Why at that point? We're about to see something epic.
Yeah, epic indeed. That I'm looking at a 4-man gank in the bot lane. Look at Deji's positioning, man. He's not even close to his goal. He's not even close to his gold laner.
Yeah, he's not even close to his gold laner indeed. But then we're still on pause here, so we're gonna have to engage the comments while we're on pause, man. All right, someone says he could have killed 3 or 4. Roger, okay, someone says pause here. Yeah, Daniel, you are actually paused right now, but there's probably a spammed recall, or that's Kill Flow awarding a recall to the teams to on pause for like 2 minutes. Okay, Carl says in football this would be illegal.
So
someone
that,
says,
that means everyone was focused on the fight, and everyone was expecting the fight.
exactly, but then the suspense is back as Skillflow unpauses the game, and that story, okay, a little bit disoriented here. Conquest walking into the turret, and Tori, deathless thinkers for Void Hacker, taking down Conquest piece of it all. That's the pushback, no, backing back, takes him out, and Nija finds Sink there with a broad sword. And Void Hacker, the first stomp connected to him. Daisy not willing to let him go, but has to let him go. He will blink away, and that's Void Hacker waiting for the right moment to give this Sicilian the scare and the deadly stinger. But Void Hacker dodges the Sanguine Claws, great reaction time. Meanwhile, on the X-Plane, Tatsuya with fast takes Super Saiyan here. Tassalaphobia is under cooldown, so you have to be very careful with his engages. And Tatsuya doesn't have the immortality yet. I mean, that's like, you know, Xbox signature pick, but no, Lantern Flare connects onto him there, and that Tatsuya almost on maximum star, pulls him back, run front there with the traceless, and the last aesthetic Baraga armor is down. Mountain Shaker comes out from Nija. That's the dive there. Jing coming in to support Tatsuya. Meanwhile, down bottom there on the gold lane. Sorry, it's a 3-on-1, but they have to take out the gold lane tier 1. That goes down. Meanwhile, up top, I don't know what is this. Okay, Jing falls to Gon. And that was a 3-on-1, and Nija will go for another uncontested turtle.
Yeah,
okay, that's an engagement as top.
Right
Again, another one.
Just, no. Oh, you wanted to say?
No, go on, please, because it seems like they're trying to engage, but no, they will disengage.
Yeah, their game plan right now is just to gang up on one person who is out of position, take him out, retreat. That's just their game plan right now. We saw it with the Melissa, and now they did it with the Roger as well.
Yeah, that's a jump scare. Deadly stinker. But eyes on you for that car. Flickers out and out play at that. But will they let him go? Elo does not. Sting finishes him off. And that's the bloodthirsty how with the light compound. Meanwhile, Sebastian trying to come in with rough waves, but uses it on Sting. Not able to take him down though. So it falls to Nija. And that's more where that came from. Daisy. Already almost a maximum start here. Super Saiyan. That's the poke from Tatsuya. Still doesn't have that immortality there. The Baraga armor pushes it to his limit. But they will disengage, and Gon just poking out that lantern flare there. Both teams know that what matters more now is the wave management.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. And look at the Kadita.
Yeah, the Kalita is overextending there, and that's the pull up for Conquest, trying to look for a perfect chance for the glorious pathway here. But that's Deji Despair Storm connects there with the Minoan Raid, and the rough waves onto the back line. Nice move there, and that story falling to Nija with the front front six to go in that as well, and 3 members of Sphinx Esports disappearing in an instant, and that's the dive there. More for Super Saiyan, but alone gets taken down. Last infinity is this Tatsuya on an impulsive move. No, he does not commit. 4 members are down on Sphinx Esports. He has to defend what's left of that top lane.
Yeah, that fight though, I didn't think they were supposed to take that fight there. I didn't even know it was going to. Even that must have been a miscommunication on their part, because I'm sure his team was not expecting him to flicker out like that. They weren't prepared for that fight. The way I see
they weren't prepared for it. A Conquest, okay, they're just waiting it out at this point. The Lord has spawned, but the Cartels are still busy clearing the waves. So that's Kadita again, Super Saiyan. The Spectrum connects to Abubia, rough waves to outplay. And that's where that came from. Another player pulls Sage up, the Super Saiyan gets the kill in a massive comeback. That gets forced to recall. The Baraga armor is down. It has been broken. But they will get pushed back. Sphinx Esports are defending, but can they push back? That is the big question.
Yeah, I think they've lost, unless they are able to, push the game even further into the late game. I think they've lost most of their abilities to come back right now, but still, there might still be a chance for them though.
Yeah, there might be a chance. Not the mid lane there. Jing, that's a poke there from Tatsuya. Tatsuya still being impulsive as he should, but they're not on the Uranus, man. You have to be very careful. That's an uncontested Lord taken by El Cartel with this 2 on no contest. Meanwhile, down bottom, Jing is pushing the bottom lane. Jing is pushing the bottom lane, man.
Yeah, this is something we've noticed in this tournament so far. If you can't take the Lord, just go for a turret push. We've seen a lot of junglers do it over the past 3 days since I've been here as well. So I don't know if that's a general thing though, but Let's see if it's productive or not. And still, El Cartel is not responding to that push. They are leaving the minions to push, and I don't know if that is going to be okay for them.
Yeah, that's a flicker with the minion one raise. The first storm, Cross pathway comes in. El Cartel will respond. Nightfall! Up to alone. Sebastian takes that DT in the front, and that's their tank going down just before the siege starts. And the spam recall from Sebastian. He will try to go for the mid lane siege just before the Lord gets in, and that's a 3-man airborne from Sebastian. Jesus, this Kadita, man.
Yeah, the composition is so confusing that I think Sphinx Esports don't know what an engage.
Yeah, and engage there, but the Lord pushing in there. Cross pathway comes in, and El Cartel, they're going in. But that's a 3-man airborne against Super Saiyan, goes in with rough ways, but able to pick anyone. Daisy falls, gone, takes the kill, and that's the Lord. But they get melted away with last insanity. Jing goes in, but that's the Faraga armor being lost. Sphinx Esports are trying to defend. The minion wave comes out, and Nija, turns it in, Faceless takes out the mid lane. On the inhibitor of the mid lane, but Jing, the Saguan Cross comes in, and that's Super Saiyan again. But no, go away from Torin to defend Nija falls. And that's Nice to the Justice Finger. Boy, going down to Jing as well as a punishment for that dive. Faraga ammo is lost. Sean's gone. Gonna get away, but no, the Lycan bows. Jing the Huber, now Jing the Lycan. 4 members of El Cartels are down, and Sphinx Esports will show their claws in this game. They defended successfully, and they will try for a pushback on the way.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I believe we just see the weakness in El Cartel's team right now. They are too squishy, and the main reason why they have been winning team fights all this while is, like I was trying to say earlier, was that their composition is chaotic. Like, Sphinx don't even know where to defend from. You get thrown up by the Kadita, you get displaced by the Zuxin, the Hellcourt comes in with his terrify skills, and oh, okay. The Hylos is there. Like, there's just so much to defend against coming from all sides. But if they're able to catch them one by one, we just saw a display of what would happen if they're able to catch just one person on El Cartel's team.
Yeah, you just saw what will happen. But then 4 seconds to that Lord before he respawns. And that's El Cartel's already trying to position themselves. Sebastian in the dangerous one, the first storm catches him, but that's the rough way. He's not able to use this. And that's the last insanity wasted. Sebastian gets away, but the mortality is already bought. Jing gets taken out in the back. And that's the dive there with more from Gone with the lantern behind the Crimson Beacon. Sphinx Esports are trying to recall, but they already falls. Saskia flickers out. They're trying to get back. And that story trying to warn them, if you get any closer, I will take you out. And El Cartel have to respect that as they move for the Lord dance.
Yeah, I don't know what this Kadita is on though, but the way I believe the Kadita is meant to be played like that, you know, camp like an assassin, catch one person, boss them, and get out of there. But the way, a pause.
Yeah, that's a pause. You can keep going, man.
Yeah, the way she's staying too far from her team, she might actually get punished if she does this too often, because now they're already expecting her to be in one of those bushes around the red buff, because that's the only place that she has been trying to camp around, and I think they started expecting that she's going to be there. That was why a ambush didn't work this time. You can see it was the Xbox who walked into it, not the Jing is dead, the Roger is dead. But I believe, like I said earlier, I believe they were expecting her to be there. That was why they sent the Xbox to check the bush just in case. And we can see how our ambush failed. If not that came to our rescue, maybe she would have been attacked back there.
Yeah, and really, you can just engage the comments right now because the game is still paused, so there's not really much to do here. And you can see someone says, Sphinx they try, and that's from Void, really. And I have to commend them because they're actually trying their best to defend here. Like the fact that Satori is just keeping that go away when necessary.
especially I play marksman a lot, so I don't want to see all these picks that it will be hard to defend against. I mean, without someone like the Melissa with the go away to take out the L cut, you know, once it drops on you, you get terrified for a few seconds, and all your skills are okay. I cancelled out.
Yeah, we're back there. So that's on the stream. I can see the comments are saying that we'll be right back, and I don't really know what's going on. Stark, can you update me? It seems like Stark is Stark. All right. That's necessary. So sorry for the hitch up, guys. We're back, and yeah, the Lord, the siege approaching from the mid lane here, and that's Starfia coming into front line that defense like he should. But really, how much more can Sphinx Esports do? They're trying to melt this Lord as soon as possible there, but that's the Dark Knight falls, and that's Bigphaze going away. That's an impulsive move from the Sicilian there. Conquest diving in on the first of the base. The Lord is still not melted down, but that's the trying to zone them out. They already using the space storm, gets moved back. But will they? Crimson Peak are not able to take him out. We're going to have to finish the job with the deadly thing. And that's a successful defense from Sphinx Esports with one member down from El Cartel.
That was such an amazing defense. Like, they did everything right. The way they pulled the Lord to decide to prevent it from coming right into the base, that was amazing. And they were able to push back the YSS first, I believe. So I think El Cartel, they might have had a little miscommunication that they didn't know the YSS was out of the fight, and they kept engaging. And we can see the result of that. They lost their tank, the Hylos.
Yeah, the Hylos did. Torrid in the midst of it all. Torrid falls to gone. Not able to pick up Nija there. That was an unfortunate one. Tatsuya still has the Paraga armor test. Nothing to okay. Last infinity defensively. Super Saiyan taking out damage here. And that's Nija. Ding trying to go in for the kill, but couldn't able to get it there. Lanta player brings him back. Ding. Look at the way we know our race. Ding takes out point Haka. And that's Ding going down to Nija. Punishment for taking out the Hellcat. But now, Bilon trying to get away. No, he cannot. Nija takes him out, and that's a double for the man. And he will push for more. El Cartels are trying to salvage the numbers. Paraga armor is lost. He may try to engage here. Daisy, the only one left. That's where has the Paraga armor, but Daisy falls. And Nija finds a triple. The one of that. El Cartels are trying to end, but already comes to defend. But no, the base is already taken by El Cartels as they take game 2 to conclude their victory for tonight.
I mean, this is what feels like to play on things in Italy.
Yeah, GG's indeed, guys. GG. Yeah, it seems like Officer is having some network issues there. That's something that happens to everyone. But GG's, guys. GG's, man. It was a very interesting game, and Sphinx Esports tried their best to defend. But what can they do at this point? And El Cartels have dominated and still showing why they are the number one right now, and while they are the one at the top and the representatives. But Sphinx Esports, kudos to them as well for trying so well. And really, I remain your humble caster, Black Matter, as well as Fisayo in the analysis area, doing the casting for tonight. And this is ML Hub's Seasonal Qualifiers, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Do you have any final words, Fisayo? Okay, it seems like he's still having some network issues. So, unfortunately, guys, we're not going to be entertaining that from him. That's going to be all for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.